Welcome to Season 2 of Red Sox Digest, the only show where pain, sarcasm, and false hope collide nightly, like a Masataka Yoshida ground out to second. We break down every loss, every meltdown, and the occasional win, with sarcasm, facts, and no front office spin. Subscribe today at RedSoxDigest.com, or keep wondering how a wildcard team spent an entire offseason avoiding power hitters. And now, here's the crew at Red Sox Digest.
Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Red Sox Digest. I am your host tonight, Jim Delfino. And yes, I'm back after our Red Sox-Yankees weekend that had everything. Hope, rain, pain, and the eighth inning doing what it always does, walking into our living room wearing steel-toed boots and kicking the coffee table through drywall. I spent this weekend emotionally preparing like a hostage negotiator. Friday night, Twitter and everybody strutting around like the Red Sox, we back. Sunday today, I'm staring at the bullpen phone like it owes me money. That's the Red Sox baseball, baby. One night you're ordering playoff tickets in your head. 2 days later, you're Googling, can emotional distress be deducted as a business expense? And of course, it happened in Yankee Stadium, baseball's most historic haunted laundromat. A place where every fly ball looks like it was approved by a Wall Street hedge fund. Every fan acts like they personally built the 1927 lineup with a wrench and a pack of cigarettes. Joining me tonight is Nick Face, a man who hates losing so much. I'm pretty sure he watches Little League highlights and challenges 12-year-olds in the comments section. Nick watched the eighth inning today and immediately started typing in all caps so hard that his keyboard filed for workers' comp. The Yankees don't need scouting reports anymore. They just need to read Nick's timeline and wait for the smoke alarm. Also joining us tonight is John Martinello, the calm, rational voice of the show, which means by Red Sox Digest standards, he's basically the guy in a disaster movie saying maybe the volcano is fine, while lava is already eating through the minivan. John is here to provide level-headed analysis, which tonight means saying the starting pitcher pitched well, while the bullpen is outside trying to back a boat trailer right into traffic. Let's get into it. Your Boston Red Sox are now 27-36 and 10.5 games behind the Yankees and Rays because apparently the standings need to look like a ransom note. Friday night, the Sox beat the Yankees 5-3, and for about 48 hours, we got to pretend that this was a real functioning baseball operation. Wilson Contreras homered and drove in 3. Sonny Gray got the win, and Aroldis Chapman came in for the save, which is always relaxing in the same way it's relaxing to hear a smoke detector chirp at 2 a.m. You know it might be fine, but your body's already preparing to evacuate. And then Saturday got rained out, which honestly may have been the most responsible Red Sox performance of the weekend. No errors, no bullpen collapse, no base running tragedy. Just water falling from the sky and saving us from 3 more hours of emotional tax fraud. The game gets moved to August 29th, as part of a split doubleheader, because nothing says fun late summer baseball like storing your trauma in the freezer and thawing it out later. Then came today. Yankees 6, Red Sox 1, and the best part, for 7 innings, it was actually a game. Ranger Suárez gave them 6 1/3 strong innings, 1 run allowed, and had the audacity to leave with the score tied like a professional pitcher doing his job. Then, in the 8th inning arrived, wearing a fake mustache and carrying gasoline. Justin Slaten gives up the go-ahead homer to Cody Bellinger, and then the inning turns into one of those circus cars where clowns keep coming out, except every clown is carrying an RBI. Trent Grisham gets involved. Jazz Chisholm hits a 3-run home run. Joe LaSorsa comes in and immediately learns what it feels like to be a piñata at a Yankees birthday party. And just like that, a 1-1 game becomes 6-1, 5 runs in the 8th. That's not a rally. That's a mugging with commemorative pinstripes. So tonight we ask the big questions. First, did the Red Sox actually split this series, or did Friday night just make Sunday hurt worse? Second, how many times can this team waste a good starting pitching performance before the rotation starts requesting hazard pay? And third, is the bullpen a baseball unit, or is it just a prank show where Craig Breslow keeps saying, No, seriously, this is the leverage guy. Because here's the thing. You go into Yankee Stadium, you steal the first game, Judge isn't even playing, Saturday gets wiped out by rain, and you've got a chance to leave New York feeling like you did something. Instead, the eighth inning turns into a crime scene, and now we're all sitting here pretending the split feels acceptable. And that's where we are. We're applauding a split like someone handed us half a sandwich after stealing our car. I've said enough. It's time for the word of the day.
And now it's time for Nick Face's word of the day.
Hate. Hate is such a very harsh word. I don't like to use that word often when I describe things. You can use other phrases. You can say you dislike. You can say you aren't interested, all that jazz. But I've always felt that using that word hate is such a negative, such a
hateful word.
I don't want to use hate again in it, but it's just a word that I don't like to use in my vocabulary a lot. I've always felt that it's just not something that I want to associate things with a lot. Well, that's what this team is. In my lifetime, this is the most hated team I have ever seen for the Boston Red Sox. I just don't like them. I just don't. I find it torturous to have to sit there and watch it. And it's boring. It's unexciting. It's tiresome. It's something that fans should not be accepting. And yet they still accept because they're the Boston Red Sox going to the game and supporting John Henry and buying tickets and buying beer, buying food, parking, all that jazz that's around Fenway. When your baseball team is pure crap. Pure, utter crap. Let's go on a positive for at least the Friday night game. We can say that Sonny Gray has been worth the trade with the Cardinals. I will say that. Sonny Gray has been a pleasant surprise as a steady force in the rotation. Yes, he went out on the IL. Was he out for what? Did he miss 2 starts?
It was 1 or 2. It wasn't too long at all.
1 or 2. It wasn't too bad. Sonny Gray probably has positioned himself, if a team wants him for their roster, probably for a decent trade partner. Potentially. I mean, I think his value has definitely been totally fine. Now, am I excited all the time when Sonny Gray is pitching? No. But again, it fits the theme of the Red Sox. Vanilla. Plain, boring, simple. That's what it is. But I'm not going to complain on the fact that Sonny Gray is getting the job done. I personally thought he was going to go into Yankee Stadium and get his balls knocked off. I'm going to be honest with you. Sonny Gray had nothing to do with being with the Yankees and wanted nothing to do with probably being back at Yankee Stadium, never mind facing his old team. And he shoved. I'll give him credit for it. Good job, Sonny. Will a team give the Red Sox something in return for him? I don't know. But at least he has somewhat of a track record, so I'm curious to see what happens from that. Now, today, Justin Slaten. I think we'll probably get into that a little bit later, but I just want to mention the fact that when he's off, he's off. And it's the same thing that happens with Garrett Whitlock. You know it as soon as that pitch is thrown. You just know. And he got his blankety blank handed to him against the Yankees today. Not a good look for somebody who is supposed to be one of your high leverage relievers and is very much needed with Whitlock being down. And hey, what the heck knows with Aroldis Chapman? I'm not going to talk Aroldis Chapman during my segment here because we have plenty to talk about regarding that for later. But I have to tell you guys, I mean, there really isn't much that I want to run to my television screen or blast my radio at my events that I'm doing all my Empower things in my van, listening and rooting for this team. I'd rather listen to music. I'd rather go for a walk. I'd rather just sit in silence sometimes than just watch this team. It's less painful. I highly suggest it. I had a really nice Sunday afternoon, and it didn't involve 1 ounce of things about the Boston Red Sox. I watched a little recap, and I found out, oh, they lost. Oh, yippee. I'm so glad I didn't torture myself into that this Sunday afternoon. But that's just where I'm at with it. I think what we fans have accepted is pathetic. And I think that if you're really a hardcore Red Sox fan and you're still supporting this crap show, this crap fest that's happening, you are a major part of this problem right now, because you will not see change if you do not make a statement, much like some of us here are on the Red Sox Digest pod. Stop feeding John Henry. Stop supporting it. Stop. You can go into a local brew fest down the road at your local pub and go get your brews that way, instead of spending $10-15 on your stupid beers and crap to socialize and get drunk and take your shirts off and woohoo, look at me, I'm an idiot. Woohoo. Bunch of friggin' morons. That's all. Maybe I'm angry tonight. I don't know, but that's my take. I'm also very tired, if you can't tell. It was a long weekend for Coach Nick.
Yeah, look, I mean, everybody's angry the way this team is producing. I mean, there's really, from day to day, it's take 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. They're a 500 team after a 2-8 start. I mean, you talk about vanilla. I mean, they are as vanilla can get. They're just blah. And, there's nothing that's going to save this season. We're facing a potential lockout next year. I mean, this is only going to get worse. And the bigger issue, and we'll talk about it, we've said it on other shows, the Red Sox put all their eggs in the core 4 basket. And I'm talking your Mayers, your Anthonys, Christian Campbell, Tristan Casas, Kyle Teal, whatever you want to say in that basket. And okay, we do agree that Anthony has some talent, but we don't know if he's going to be a healthy guy. And if the Red Sox put all their effort into this, and these guys are not going to be above average players with OPSs over 800 in their career, and they're going to be middle to below average players, they struck out on all of them. And, they can't afford this, because there's no one else in that pipeline. So,
Jim, did you say you actually trust Roman Anthony? Sorry, I don't know.
No. I don't say I trust him. I said that I think we all believe he does have some talent.
I don't think he has it right now. I don't.
No. I think I honestly believe there's talent there. I don't know what degree. And I'm not saying 800 OPS talent. I'm not saying 900 OPS talent. What I'm saying is I think there's some talent there. I mean, you can make the argument that Tristan Casas has talent. Okay.
Sure. With his nails.
But they can't stay healthy. So what good is it? What good
it
is it if the player can't stay healthy?
Good. You're right. And that's, to me, one of my points why I'm saying, oh, there's so much potential. Oh, there's so much talent. Oh, Roman Anthony is going to be a star. Folks, he can't get on a baseball field.
Yeah,
I don't even know.
He can go to Starbucks
with him.
He can be out. He can be out and about. And then when I make comments of it, people are just like, "Oh, he's got to be able to live a life." I understand that, but you know what? You go back 20, 30 years ago, guys were injured. They weren't outside flashing around, and
he was at Chicken Little's this weekend or something, posing pictures with some boob. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So
there's no leadership. He's going to do whatever he wants. It's ridiculous.
Nick Face is sponsored by Pinstripe Punching Bag Depot. Are you tired of watching the Red Sox take a winnable game, hand it to the bullpen, and watch it get launched into the Bronx like a bottle rocket full of stupid? Try the Pinstripe Punching Bag, now with a built-in Cody Bellinger sound effects, a fake bullpen phone, and a little button that just screams, "Why are we doing this again?" Perfect for Red Sox fans who, after one bad eighth inning, can turn a group chat into a congressional hearing. Pinstripe Punching Bag Depot, because yelling at Yankee fans online only burns so many calories. And now it's time for the Martinello Minute.
And now the part they don't want said out loud. No spreadsheets or corporate spin, just the truth, raw and impatient. This is the Martinello Minute.
So Red Sox split the weekend set with New York, and the way I see it, like losing the game today wouldn't have been, I like to say it a lot, of kicking the balls, but just the way that they lost this game today, that eighth inning, just kind of represents how this entire season's gone. I don't want to get on Justin Slaten too bad, but it's Nick pointed out to it. It's remarkable that when anybody does hit him, everybody on the planet is hitting Justin Slaten. Nat Gordon on X posted it this afternoon. He's been scoreless in 11 of the 13 outings he's had this year, but he has a 6.17 ERA. I don't know if he just wants to shout out the city of Boston or something with that ERA, but in his MLB career, he has 40 scoreless appearances. He has one outing giving up 1 run, 2 with 2 runs given up, 1 with 3 runs, and now 4 outings with 4 runs given up, 2 of those in his last 4 appearances. It just stinks. If Bellinger hits that home run and the bleeding stops there, we're pissed off about a loss, but it doesn't feel like that. I just felt like I was just in a helpless space of just emptiness. It was just like, are you kidding me again? Are you serious? But yeah, Nick pointed out also how the starting pitching was this weekend. Sonny Gray on Friday, and on the entire season as a whole to this point, I think he leads the team with wins. He has to be getting up there with innings pitched for the Red Sox too at this point, despite missing a couple starts. Ranger Suárez today pitched really well. 6 1/3 innings, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. He had 17 whiffs and a season high 6 on his fastball, which he threw 36% of the time today. That's a pitch he's been throwing 19% on the season, so it's interesting to see, why that ticked up so much today. But it worked out. Wilson Contreras and Cedon Rafaela hit the ball well. Monasterio hit a home run on Friday. But Nick said it well. It's just a boring team to watch. There's nothing to be excited about every night when the first pitch comes around. There's no Roman Anthony. There's no Garrett Crochet. The big news right now is that Connor Wong might get traded. And of course, we saw it on Friday night. Aroldis Chapman's hamstring is now hanging on by a thread. So, I'm now scared if he comes out to make a save, because if he gets hurt, whatever package that is floating around right now, that's just not going to happen if he's on the IL. So it's just not a fun year to be a Red Sox fan.
No, it's not. And of course, we'll talk about it in just a few minutes that they look like they're switching gears, and more on that in just a moment. But John Martinello and the Martinello Minute is brought to you by False Hope Financial. At False Hope Financial, we specialize in turning one good Red Sox win into completely irrational emotional investment. Did they win Friday? Great. Did Saturday get rained out? Even better. Did Sunday's 8th inning make you want to walk into the ocean wearing cleats? That's called market correction. Red Sox Digest understands. Red Sox Twitter fans have diversified their portfolio into starting pitching, bullpen regret, and pretending this team is almost there. False Hope Financial, investing in Red Sox optimism so you don't have to admit you're broke emotionally. I want to get into a couple talking points because there's really not much to talk about at all. So John kind of alluded to that just a little bit ago. And it's going to be, is Aroldis Chapman already halfway out the door? And what we have here is the trade buzz is getting louder, and it makes perfect sense in the most depressing Red Sox way possible. MLB Trade Rumors already has framed him as one of the obvious reliever trade candidates because he's been pitching well, and Boston isn't giving him many save chances, and contenders always pay for late inning bullpen help. There's also been reported interest from the Padres, which is exactly the kind of team that looks at Chapman and says, yes, please give us a guy throwing 100, while Boston tries to figure out which couch cushion the season fell behind. Chapman is under contract for 26, at $12 million with a 2027 vesting mutual option. So if the Red Sox keep sliding, he becomes the cleanest deadline chip on the roster. Nick, I'll start with you. What is your thoughts on Chapman getting traded? Would you do it? And what do you believe the Red Sox can get as a return package?
No, I do not do it if boobhead Craig Breslow is still in charge. I don't trust him. I don't trust a damn thing. I'd rather leave things status quo the way it is because I have zero, as in 0.00000% chance that he makes a move that helps benefit this team. Point blank, stop right there. And I also don't trust the fact that this hamstring thing is bugging Chapman as well, too. I think people out there, these dreamer fans, think that Aroldis Chapman is going to get them the shiniest bulb in the face of the earth. What do you think? You're going to get Shohei Ohtani for him? You really think that's going to happen? Good luck. The guy's could be 45 years old. We don't know. We're going to guess he's what, 37, 38? That's what he says. Yes, 28 straight. Not going to knock anything there. He's been tremendous here as a Red Sox. But when in terms come to finding a trade partner for Chapman that partners with the Red Sox to get a deal done, you're not going to get anything in return. You're not. I mean, look what's happened here. If we get something, you know it's going to be good as gone. He's going to be Kyle Harrison. They're going to be gone. They're going to be Quinn Priester. They're going to be all these players that Breslow had out
Tibbs.
the door for nothing. Raffy Devers, trade him, get a pile of crap in return. That's what's going on. Now back to what I was talking about when we did our last show. Was it Thursday? And I said that there was some good buzz going on in Red Sox front office land. Breslow is good as gone as of right now. But the problem here, what we're delaying, is the inevitable on what happens with the restructure with Sam Kennedy again. I'm going to bring that back up here because Theo and John Henry and crew don't want to fire Sam Kennedy. It has nothing to even do about Breslow right now. This has to do with who is taking over control of the Red Sox. Now, if there's a press conference held tomorrow that said Breslow's gone, Sam Kennedy's officially reassigned to Timbuktu, and Theo's in charge as CEO, operations, all that jazz, then I will have full faith that something can get done here with Chapman. That's my stance on that end.
What do you guys make of Henry being in the Bronx today? It wasn't Rumble in the Bronx. It was Henry in the Bronx.
It was weird. I don't think I've seen him at an away game in a long time. He was in Kansas City last year before they when he had that talk with Devers, and outside of that, I can't remember another time that I've seen John Henry at a different field. So
that's because stuff is going down, boys. Get ready.
Oh, he's massaging his shoulders. He's fine. John, you're up. What do you make of the Aroldis Chapman rumors? What do you think? Is he going to get traded? And if he does, what can we get in return?
I think he does get moved. For as far as what the return is, I think it will have a lot to do in part of who is calling the shots for the Red Sox. If this is a move done right at the trade deadline or a move that's done next week. I would like to get MLB talent as a return. I'm not too high on prospects at this point in time. This team needs anything and everything possible at the major league level. And I'm not saying to, make a run at the playoffs or anything, but I don't need a guy that's going to be ready in 2028 to make his MLB debut. I need a guy that's ready to play Major League Baseball right now for him.
Is the next Gleyber Torres available out there?
Listen, the only person that comes to mind for me when it comes to Chapman specifically is Dalton Rushing with the Dodgers. And I know it's another catcher. I know that we have 30 of them on the roster already, but look what he did. He 4 for 4 today. Left-handed catcher, It's not another Mickey Gasper. Or,
Yeah, just what we need, another lefty and another catcher.
we do need a left. I will take a lefty catcher. Someone that you can platoon, because especially with the reports about Connor Wong being available. I don't know who wants Connor Wong, but I'll let the reporters do their thing. Nick, yeah, what's up?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, you just did.
Why are you gushing over Dalton rushing?
I think he's a good catcher. He could hit. That's really it. He knows how to hit.
Though?
He can hit. Oh yeah. And he doesn't start because they have Will Smith over there. I'm sure that they have 30 more prospects that are end up going to be just as good as him in the Dodgers pipeline, but he's a guy that for a couple years now I've been really interested in. I know a lot of the reports with the Padres have been talking about Ethan Salas. That's a guy I'm not high on whatsoever, but I'm a big fan of Dalton rushing.
Do you guys really think the Red Sox are going to get a haul for Chapman?
No.
So, just to bring up Rush, you don't think they're going to get a haul for Chapman?
I'll take one right now. Thank you.
They might get a couple bags of hauls, but Dalton
that will be the trade proposal. The Red Sox will get 2 bags. They can choose whatever flavor they want, but they have to pay shipping and handling, and then the deal goes down.
So here's to John's point. So rushing 287, 8 home runs, 21 RBIs, and 927 OPS. Those are great numbers. So is he continuously showing signs of improvement, or is this kind of a fluke season for him? I mean, he's only 25.
Yeah, I mean he doesn't play every single day. So he gets put into spots where he is going to, be productive. Because the Dodgers are smart and won't, do dumb things like the Red Sox do. But I mean, looking at his Savant page, there's honestly nothing kind of flies off the page at you and says like this guy's going to be a perennial all-star. But for a 38-year-old relief pitcher that I think we all know loves playing in Boston, and as soon as he gets shipped somewhere else is not going to be the same player, I think that this is a guy that you have 5 years of control of after the season, and that just is worth it at the end of the day.
Do you guys trust a trade by Craig Breslow as part 1 and part 2 dealing with the Dodgers, who have basically licked your ass over the course of the last 10 years in trades?
The answer is no to both, but I'm still hopeful.
I
was just doing the Andrew Friedman impersonation.
I mean, the bottom line is that I would do it. And I would trade Chapman too, regardless, even if they were in a position, unless they were actually strongly in a wild card position, I wouldn't do it. But I would do it under these circumstances because I have no faith in this team. And I don't want a rehash of what happened with this team in 2020. And when they could have moved JD Martinez, they could have moved, a couple other pieces. They didn't do it. And I don't want to see that happen again, where these guys just walk out the door and you get absolutely nothing for them. So I'll do it for that reason only. But I just don't know, I mean, again, the Cubs gave Gleyber Torres away for him, who was a really good player for the Yankees for a number of years. He kind of petered out, but he definitely was highly touted at the time. So you were getting, a better than average prospective player for him. So we'll see, but I would move him. Moving right along to our next topic is going to be with Connor Wong. John started talking about that already. The Boston Red Sox have announced that Connor Wong is available. Everybody should be turning and looking back, because when the Red Sox speak, you know how that goes. New smoke, and the Red Sox are exploring trades involving Connor Wong, according to reporting summarized by Over the Monster and tied back to Jen McCaffey of The Athletic. The logic is Boston has a catcher pileup. Wong is 30, and if the team keeps drifting towards seller mode, he becomes another movable piece. The funny part is they already have enough roster confusion to make a normal person pass out. They've got too many catchers, not enough offense, a bullpen held together by duct tape, and a front office acting like they're trying to solve Wordle with oven mitts on. John, could we trade Wong for Mookie Betts? Redo that one?
I don't think we're gonna get Mookie Betts for Connor Wong. He's
well, they did.
That would be correct. They did, in fact, get Connor Wong for Mookie Betts. Listen, it's the Red Sox. Mookie Betts is over 30 years old, guys. I don't think that we're trading for him. But on a serious note, it's not surprising to me at all that Connor Wong's available, I guess would be a better term to use. But listen, like Carlos Narvaez and Mickey Gasper at this point in time fit better together, obviously, than a Connor Wong and Carlos Narvaez. Gasper's a switch hitter. He's better offensively. Carlos Narvaez, obviously better defensively. And Connor Wong's he's been fine, honestly. 10 times better than he was last year, but there's, when you have 3 catchers and only one of them can play every day, you got to move somebody. So it is what it is. They'll get some, mid-level prospect for him and, a guy that we'll probably hear about on the day that he gets traded and then not too much after that.
Nick, we got Wilyer Abreu and Edmanuel Valdez for Christian Vasquez. Can we get something for this guy?
No. Nice try, though.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt. Mm-hmm. Dirt might be something. Big League Chew. Maybe a pack of David sunflower seeds. I think it would depend on the flavor. It depends on the flavor, though. They'd only give you the original. You can't get like the spicy chili ones or the pickled ones or anything like that. You're just asking for too much for that.
And a coupon for 25% or 20% off. That's Empower.
What a disgrace. Well, besides that joke, that was pathetic anyways. But we don't talk about it enough that you traded your face of the franchise player in Mookie Betts and you got back Alex Verdugo, Connor Wong, and Jeter Downs. And Connor Wong is the only player that's still here after 2020. It's sickening. It really does make you question every single decision that happens now with this team anymore. It's so bad.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. In any event, moving right along, let's go to pitching probables for our next series. So the Red Sox will now travel to Tampa Bay starting tomorrow, Monday, June 8th. The Red Sox are starting at 6:40 p.m., scheduled to be Connolly early, and I don't know if Tampa Bay has a starter lined up yet. Tuesday, June 9th, 6:40 p.m. start time, Peyton Tolley against Martinez. And then Wednesday, June 10th, is a 1:10 p.m. getaway game, Sonny Gray against Rasmussen. Nick, I'll start with you. What are your predictions for this series?
Who in their right mind every friggin' week has a Wednesday midweek at 1:00 to watch a goddamn baseball game? It's terrible.
We've had a lot this year.
No wonder why we're heading for a friggin' lockout. It's awful. There's no need of it. They should be playing that game at 6:40 and then getting on a plane and getting back to wherever they need to go to next.
When did these games start becoming 6:40 too?
When Rob Manfred started becoming an
imbecile. It used to always be 7:15, 7:10.
It's too late. These players, they have to get their beauty sleep.
Yeah,
I can't stand it. Every freaking week. I will not watch. I will not follow. I will not give you 1 ounce of my time. So baseball needs to figure it out because you're going to lose the fan base, much like me, who wants to jump off a cliff right now because of seeing 1:10 on a Wednesday afternoon when people like myself, like you, Jim, like you, John, we work. We cannot take time to watch a piss-poor baseball team.
Yeah, we'd be even more upset if they were leading
right now.
Yeah, imagine if they were leading the division, or if this was close and this was September when you
I
want to
still
watch.
wouldn't
these
watch.
games. No, but imagine if they were, you'd be more upset because you'd want to. John, your thoughts on? Well, Nick, you didn't tell me what's your predictions for the series.
I don't give a crap. No. I like Tolley. Mm-hmm.
We all do.
Just like I like turtles. I will go with, in all seriousness now, I will say the Red Sox will win one game. And you better believe it. I am not picking the 110 game for them to win. Heaven forbid, because they got to get up early, folks. 8 a.m. arrival to the park. Watch out. And
John,
I will say, before we do it, I'll say the Red Sox will only win one of those games. Early will lose Monday night. Tolley will win Tuesday night, and he will get the win from that. And then I think Wednesday will come down to a bullpen game. Sonny Gray will be perfectly fine, but it will come down to our tremendous bullpen without Whitlock. Not a good look.
Yeah. It's ridiculous that you got Samaniego or whatever his name is in the minor leagues. You got Zach Kelly, who I can't stand. But yet these guys are not here, and you've got Joe Losorsa. I mean, give me a goddamn break. John, your thoughts
great
for the
today.
series? Yeah, he looked really good. Welcome to Red
So
Sox Nation.
about him. Can't get
Yeah.
to wait to get his jersey.
Anyone else other than Jazz would have been fine with giving up a 3-run homer there.
How's he doing on his 50-50 season, by the way?
We talking about 50 strikeouts and 50 double plays?
Yes.
Tracking.
He's on
I think
track.
he already's there. I think he already hit the strikeout mark.
I think he did too.
But no, for this series, I actually think they're gonna win 2 out of 3.
What's wrong with you?
Between early Tolley and Sonny Gray, I'd have to assume they win 2 out of those 3 games. Obviously Drew Rasmussen, Nick Martinez.
You do realize that they have to hit, right?
What's up?
You do realize that they have to hit too, right?
Yeah, but
John thinks that actually David Ortiz, Manny Ramirez, Johnny Damon, that they're going to play this weekend or this.
They might.
So that's
we
why.
don't. They haven't said they're not going to, so that's why
That
I'm
is
leaving the
true.
door open.
That's
That's why
I would absolutely leave the door open for that.
Then we
I
got
would agree.
But Connolly, early, Peyton Tolley, and Sonny Gray. I got to go 2 out of 3 with those 3 guys up. I think it's going to be Ian Seymour tomorrow for the Rays, which is, he's another rookie, left-handed pitcher, 5.23 ERA this year. He is 3-0 though. But listen, this team, they've been doing it all year. They kind of pull you in a little bit right when things are as bad as they're going to get. And I think that this is going to be one of those series where they start to gain a little bit of momentum, and then they're going to be back at Fenway next weekend hosting the Rangers, and the wheels will probably fall off the bus once again. But I think that we'll have a good next 3 days.
I'm going 1 out of 3. I think you're going to get good pitching performances out of all 3 pitchers, to be honest with you. I just think it's going to be one of those things where you're going to have a 2-1 loss, a 2-0 loss, a 3-1, something like that, low scoring on both sides. But Tampa Bay will just, I don't know, they'll do the typical Tampa Bay thing. Someone will bunt, the throw will go past Contreras, they'll make it to second, someone else will bunt to third, and they'll get a sac fly and win 1-0. That's how Tampa Bay wins their ball games, and I would not doubt in a second for something like that to happen. Couple other news tidbits just to shake your heads with. Because as Red Sox fans, that's what we do. So Jeff Passan announced, and I think we all know this already, Tarek Skubal underwent elbow surgery May 6th, 1 month and 1 day later. He threw 5 scoreless innings on 54 pitches and punched out 6 at high A. So he's on his way back, and Garrett Crochet is nowhere to be seen because he's got a lat injury now and shut down, and it's amazing how some people can get surgery and come back right away, and other guys just can't. It annoys the hell out of me.
Well, I think in Scubal's case, he has to come back immediately.
Oh, he's got money to
season
make.
is for him.
He's got money to make.
Yeah,
He's
and
got to get ready for the Dodgers.
That too. Yeah, and then I forget what the name or what they used with him, but it was some brand's new procedure or something they did, which if it, it looks like it's working great. So that's awesome to hear. But
I understand that, but it's just some guys are just built differently. And
100%. And another thing is like, Crochet, he got his money. So he doesn't need, and especially where the Red Sox are right now, he doesn't need to come rushing back.
No.
Where Scooble needs to get, the money that he deserves to get.
Dalton rushing back?
Yes.
Oh, okay. The other shake head news today, if you guys enjoy the Red Sox spin zone, here it is. Sean McAdam reports the Red Sox need a right-hand bat. Could one be arriving soon after rehab assignment? There is your right-handed batter that's going to come back and save the season, Red Sox fans. Every single year we get the same damn spin over and over again. Chris Sale's coming back. This one's coming back. So we know, I like Sean. I hate this tweet, but we also know he's connected with the Red Sox pretty strongly. So if you're hearing it and reading it, it's going to happen. So that's what you're going to be left with.
Do you dislike Romy?
No, I like Romy, but I don't like this. I don't like the Red Sox. I don't like the situation with ownership and management. That's the problem.
That's where I am too, because I thought last season was a tremendous year that he had, and he overexceeded everybody's expectations.
Here's the thing about.
Go ahead. I was going to go ahead. I think you're going to say this.
Here's the thing about Red Sox Twitter that drives me crazy. All the people that come at me all the time and tell me I'm stupid and this and that, or I hate the players and whatnot. I don't hate one player on the team. I really don't. I think they underperform, and it's not fair as me as a Red Sox fan that some jackass built the roster the way they did, whether it be Chaim Bloom or Craig Breslow, that brought in players that don't fit the style or the need of Fenway Park. Okay? Point blank, and I'm using this as an aside. I like Wilyer Abreu. Tony Maserati on Breaking Balls the other day was talking about how he has pretty identical splits away from Fenway Park and in Fenway Park. And here's the part that should, if you guys didn't listen to it, here's the part that should annoy you. The Red Sox should try to get players that can excel in Fenway Park more than they do on the road, because you can play 81 games in your own home park, and you want to be able to utilize that. So Fenway Park does not make Wilyer Abreu a better player. That's where the Red Sox go wrong. So it's not that I hate, Romy Gonzalez. I don't hate Chad Durbin. I don't even hate Tristan Casas. I hate the fact. No, I don't. I really don't. I hate the fact that I hate the fact that the roster construction includes him, Nick. That's what I hate. And I don't want him on this team anymore because he cannot stay healthy, and I need players that can actually perform. That's the issue. And this is all and this is all on Chaim Bloom, and it's all on Craig Breslow, because I can almost guarantee you that the guys that you and I and John and Thayer and Tom, the guys that we talk about each and every week that drive us insane, and they were the ones that I just mentioned. If Dave Dombrowski were still here, Tristan Casas would be on another team. Roman Anthony probably would be on another team. Yep. Mayer would definitely be on another team. All these guys would be gone, and Red Sox Nation would be sitting there saying,
Story wouldn't be here.
Trevor Story wouldn't be here because Bogarts would be.
Number one on the hate list right there.
Okay. Yeah, he shouldn't be here. I don't hate Trevor Story. I hate the fact that he's here. I don't want him on my team.
I hate him, and I hated that he's here.
Yeah, but that's a big difference when people come at me all the time. You hate this, you hate that. I don't. You must be miserable in your life. I'm not. I'm doing great. But that's the problem. Is that I don't want these shitbags on my team, because the roster construction and the players making the lineups and the roster construction don't know how to build a baseball team. That's the problem. And I'm tired of seeing it. Moving right along, we're going to go into piece of take real quickly. Get your guys' thoughts. 30 seconds. If Aroldis Chapman is traded, which we think, who becomes the closer? My vote is probably going to be Garrett Whitlock. Nick, what do you think?
They will not give a closer. They are so bad, they will do a closer by committee. For example, if Whitlock gets healthy and comes back, which is a big if, we'll do the roll the dice mode. Oh, let's see who tonight's Russian roulette player is going to be. Oh, Justin Slaten. Oh, here we go. Who's going to be the next one up? Oh, Zach Kelly. He's coming back, folks. Get ready. That's where it's going to be for me.
Nick, who's your closer?
We don't have one. There won't be one, Jim. I know.
I'm just saying. I'm saying Garrett Whitlock will probably be the closer de facto. What do you think, John? What are your thoughts?
I think I genuinely think Nick's got a good point with it being committee, and I think more so like they'll have a lefty and a righty that they like to go into the ninth inning. That lefties would probably be the Samaniego, and then the righty. If it is a righty that's going to be pitching, it's not going to be Slaten. It's not going to be Whitlock. It's going to be Tyron Guerrero.
Oh, God.
100% will be.
Guys, we're forgetting the obvious one. I actually got it now. You know who it is? It's Chad Epperson. He's already run to the mound when he waves a runner in. He's perfect. He's ready.
Maybe Garrett Crochet.
Reassign him again.
Maybe Garrett Crochet will do his best Kurt Schilling and be our closer for the rest of the season while he's healing himself.
I forgot about that. That was what, 2006?
2008, right? I think. Somebody could look that up in the comments.
No, it is Papelbon was 2000.
Oh, yeah.
It was 2006 before Pap became a closer.
5 or 6. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Moving right along to comments. Let's see what we have. Unknown VR says no. I'm not sure what he's referring to. Hockey Boy says, have a great day, guys. Thank you very much. Jules says, we can't trust Breslow to make any moves. None. Well, according to Nick, he's probably going to be gone. We'll see how it goes. Nikki, I know you've got some, kind of like some people that around the team. But, yeah, so we'll see how that goes. But
that's a big reason why John Henry was in New York, just so you guys
Slater
know.
From Saved by the Bell tolls for you. Yeah, remember Slater?
Oh, I do.
Yep. AC Slater. Yep. Jules says, does your van have a captain's chair? Well, it's a van by the river, down by the river, that's for sure.
It was by a river today.
Jules says, Kate gushed our pen Friday and today. Watch them. Don't look at Idiot Savant page. Metrics are for effing losers.
Michael
I use
K? Is that who he's talking about?
I use the eyeball test. To me, it's good enough. No packages allowed. I don't know. Are you a fan of moving Chapman, or you just don't think they're gonna move him? I'm not sure. Exhausted fan says trading Chapman is a no-brainer. I think you have to be. Here's the thing: even if they were, bless you, even if they were competitive, I don't know. Would you want to bring him back for 27? Would you take another year on that? I would be.
Is it not a mutual option next year?
I think it is, but those mutual options never really go.
Yeah, exactly. So just move them.
We blow and it's going to get worse. It certainly will. Correct on Brez, Nick. Yep. Exhausted fan says would have to be a package deal. I don't know what you're going to get for him. I just don't think you're going to get, like I mentioned before, like a guy that's going to be an everyday second baseman, or an infielder. I just don't see it happening. Jared Trillo, Pittsburgh for Chappie. I don't know much about him. Do you know much about him, John?
A little bit. It's not the craziest thing I've ever heard, but we'll see. That's a good poll.
Let's see what he's all about. With the Pirates. Let me bring up his stuff here right now. Get it up on the screen for us. I think I got it here.
Oh my God, he's been terrible this year.
Yeah.
Jeez.
222, no home runs, 6 RBS, 540 OPS. I think we've already got that guy. His name is Caleb Durbin. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we really need.
But that sounds about right for a deal that the Red Sox would make. So maybe that's where Jules was heading.
Yeah,
Maybe.
probably. Yeah, that's maybe about.
She might have Breslow's computer model that says that's a slam dunk.
They should address. Exhaust fans said they should address the righty power bat first. I don't think that's coming this year. I think if you're lucky, you're going to do that in the offseason because they're not competing for a playoff spot this season. So I think if you're lucky, and that's a lot of it's contingent on what they think is going to happen in 27. If they get an inkling that it's going to be a canceled season or a shortened season, I don't know what they're going to do, if anything good at all this offseason as it is. Not sure what they'll get for Wong, but no issue dealing him. Of course not. We don't need him. I mean, the last 2 seasons, it's almost been like he's not even here anyway. Evening Bayou Man. Okay. Betty says, I love being retired and living in California. Even better time of game. Yeah, I know. Especially you can pick up those Dodgers games and those San Diego Padres games and not have to worry about it. That would be great for us. It's tough to watch those games starting so late. Wonder if all these podcasters, not you guys, regret yelling at me when I kept saying he was injured, but I stuck to it. Now you hit the nail on the head that time. Maz did a terrific video on exactly what that thinking. Exactly. I never wanted Story. I was focused on they refused to sign him and got Story instead. I don't want Chappie Chade. You're talking about Bogarts. Yeah, I didn't want Bogey gone either. They really completely just messed that up at this point. You know, it's just again, like I said before. If I said before, if Bogarts was here, Story doesn't come here, you don't lose Devers, and you don't go after Bregman most than likely. Cherry, I don't know if Cherry will never trade anyone good. I don't know if she means Breslow or something, but in any event, that's pretty much where we're at. Any closing comments or anything? Any news things coming up, guys?
Yeah, I know you pointed or hinted at Romy Gonzalez, but he's swinging at 100%. So it looks like we're getting pretty close to a rehab assignment on him. I'm interested to see, though, once he does get here, you know, it's another, I don't want to say another IKF, but, you know, it's the same profile, right-handed bat. He'd be platooning with Meyer, but Meyer's at shortstop. I don't think you want Romy Gonzalez at shortstop. So does Meyer go into a platoon with Monasterio at short, and then is Romy Gonzalez playing first base, second base, third base? I don't know, but I'm just, once he is back, he's a fun guy to watch. He's, an exciting player. Obviously Austin will watch him last year and everything that he did, so I'm excited for him to return.
You make a valid point. Because of the players that they have on the roster, adding in a Romy, you really can't. So that means that a deal has to get done, because I don't see them sending Monasterio down to Worcester. I don't see IKF getting DFA'd with the money that's still owed to him. Marcelo Myers likely not going down to Worcester. I mean, he could.
They wouldn't do it.
Could, but I don't think they'll do it. So it's not a bad take. And Durbin, I think, is starting to figure himself out. So they will definitely be redundant on a lot of players that are just kind of, they're there.
Yeah. And we'll see how this relationship turns out, too. We just don't know.
Actually, I do need a massage right now. My back hurts.
Oh, we got a couple last-minute comments come in. Let's see. Angelo says, why would any team trading for Chapman give up a player currently in the Major League team? Depends how bad they want him, you know?
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
Yeah, there's definitely there's no doubt in my mind that they'll be able to trade him. You're not giving him away. They'll get something for him, and there's going to be teams lining up. He's arguably been the best closer in baseball the last 2 seasons. I mean, that's the bottom line. So people will want him.
If they could package Duran and him in the same deal, that would be incredible.
Yeah, the question is, what do you get? They
Exactly.
got to get something. my whole point is that with this season being done, they need to get somebody with term, and their best years are in front of them, not behind them. So I don't want Mike Trout. I don't want Fernando Tatis Jr. because I don't trust the power situation. Is really skeptical. I know Jimmy Stewart on the broadcast when he was hosting the baseball hour talked about, Bobby Witt Jr. People can turn around and say, "Oh, you'll never be able to get him." I mean, some people probably would have thought they would have never been able to get Garrett Crochet either. So anything is possible. It really kind of just depends on what you're willing to go, what you're willing to do, and how far you're willing to go to do it. Of course, Kansas City would not be interested in a Chapman, but that's the type of guy you need to target. You need to target the next Manny Ramirez, the next JD, the next Mookie Betts, the next David Ortiz, that middle of the order bat. Again, most importantly, that his best days are ahead of him, not behind him. And if you can do that, I don't care if you've got to give up Chapman, Duran, and Arias, or Witherspoon, or something that is attractive to another team, and you have to take on money, because that's what this team needs to do. They need to get that guy back, and they need to get that guy that's going to be more years in front than behind, not someone at the end of his career. So that's all I got. I'd like to thank John and Nick for being on. If you haven't subscribed to our website newsletter yet, please go to redsoxdigest.com, redsoxdigest.com. You get a free account, and you can donate to our cause. There are different levels there, and you can become you can get on the podcast too. We can have you as a guest if you do a founding membership. Other than that, that's all I got. We'll probably see you Wednesday night, since it's a Wednesday afternoon game, and we'll wrap up the series in Tampa. Have a good night, everybody. Have a good week ahead. Bye-bye.